and building up that pipeline will beat pretty much 90% of salespeople in your competition, because your competition is not going to follow up. Your competition is not going to be consistent. Your competition is literally going to call the seller one day, and the seller's going to say, well, I don't want to sell for another 3 weeks. What do you think that person's going to do? The acquisition person, he's going to call them when? In 3 weeks, or even worse, 5 weeks. So I never pay attention to what a seller says as far as timeline. They say, Blake, I don't want to sell for 3 weeks. Sounds good to me. I'm going to call you in 4 days. I'm going to call you in 3 days. I'm going to text you. I'm going to email you. And it's not about being obnoxious with the seller, but it's we're the decision maker on the deal, right? We're the one that drives the deal forward. And so our competition, your competition, especially if you're in wholesaling, which I know that's everyone pretty much on this call is, your competition is literally listening to the seller and doing exactly what the seller tells them to do. Seller says, Luke, no, we're not selling for 3 months. And then the competition says, yes, sir, I'm going to call you in 3 months, or they actually will end up probably forgetting. So being consistent and building that pipeline is the fourth principle to sales. So just to kind of recap before we get into the meat and potatoes, deals are circular. They're not a straight line. You can never kill a deal. You cannot kill a deal unless you just cuss somebody out. If you're not cussing them out, you're still in the game. It doesn't matter what happens, it doesn't matter what kind of friction, it doesn't matter what kind of problems are on the deal, you're still in the deal. It's always a number game, number two. Number three is always keep a hit list with your top leads with a closing deadline. I like to at least have 5 top leads with a deadline. And if you want to have 10, then you can have 10. But you got to have at least 5